He just prods his foot between Pedri's legs, and that's why he concedes the free kick.
It's the angle of the challenge that was the problem. Byrne wins it. Barnes declines the chance to go in a race for the loose one. Chow doesn't quite reach Trippier. Rafinha playing his own game before Jacob Ramsey puts a stop to it. Joelinton to Barnes, and Barnes just a little too few.
I think once Harvey Barnes drifts infield, he should then make his run into that wider area. They constantly want to keep stretching that Barcelona back line. Don't want to be standing still, facing the ball, looking at it.
Byrne back to Chow, now Trippier. Ilanga spins and goes. Trippier finds him. Osula in the middle. Ilanga against João Cancelo. Trippier. They have to try something a little more inventive now, Newcastle. Ilanga. And the bounce, very nicely watched by Joan Garcia.
It's a decent strike that from Anthony Ilanga, nothing wrong with that.
Barcelona.
And sneaking in that far corner, just didn't really have the pace, the power involved to really worry. Juan Garcia. That's better from the wide man.
Rafinha shimmies his way past Tonali. Tonali then held on to him. And we are going to get the first yellow card of the night, and Sandro Tonali has called for it. He's unlucky to just have been the next player.
Correct. That's exactly what Eddie Howe is saying. How come my man gets a yellow card for that? And it's identical to what we saw previously. It's exactly the same as when Lewis Hall was trying to make his way up the field and Firmine grabbed him. Identical.
But then I don't know about you, I don't mind that refereeing, let it go for a while, but as long as you keep in dialogue with the players and say, right, we're on now, next one's in.
Yeah, unfortunately players don't see it.
Of course not.
Oh,
yeah. Byrne had to stretch everything he had, and that's quite a lot. Barnes. Hall.
Look at that again, that aggressive line that Barcelona are holding just to the left of your picture. As the picture moves towards the halfway line, you'll see those defenders stand there.
Semuanya yang sedang menonton sedang sahur. Let's go dalam Barcelona guys.
They rarely drop. But they're still holding. Still holding.
It's bold. It's football full of belief.
It is.
Mampus guys, ada Gerard Mardini sekarang guys. Sampai saja Barcelona sekarang pertandingan sudah kokoh.
They do make for a great watch, they really do.
Rate-nya still win guys kalau Gerard Mardini main.
If they win the ball back, they've got so many players in the opposition half of the field to start strutting their stuff like this.
Lamine Yamal. Still win streak.
100th generations of football watchers in the northeast of England will talk about the night they saw him dazzle on the St James's Park pitch in the same way that they've talked about some of the stars of yesteryear, not just those in black and white stripes, but some who've come in the imposing colours as well. They do like an entertainer in this part of the world. Lamine Yamal can't get past Lewis Hall, and he's liking the challenge. Tonali stumbles, was fouled, gets on with it, allowed to, then gets rid of it. And back come Barca. Chow stays in the way. Trippier slips. Rafinha, good shot, well watched by Ramsdale. It was Fermin Lopez, he was just behind him, but he's still got power in him.
Kena titiknya bro, ini sakit
might have
bro.
a problem here. Might have tweaked his groin moments ago.
It's Rafinha over to have a consoling word, and yeah, it was there, wasn't it?
That one there, yeah.
Oh, bukan kena nembaknya.
Slips there and immediately clutches his groin. That could be a serious
Nggak bisa
problem for
berdiri
Kieran
nanti.
Trippier. Another little slip there. Good spot from Rafinha. Fermin Lopez was just above the penalty spot.
Kalau gol gimana ya?
Nice crisp pass, hard along the floor, the sort of thing you can hit first time, straight at the goalkeeper, but this is a concern.
I really do like to see that bit of respect from Rafinha as well.
Yes, yeah.
Two players on the other side of 30 who've known exactly what it takes to get to this sort of level of the game. Tino Livramento, who's got a few years on him yet. He's only 23, only just coming back from his own injury, hamstring trouble. Might be getting involved sooner than Newcastle wanted him to be.
Well, they will be telling Tino Livramento to get himself ready to go now. And they've just asked Kieran Trippier if he's not right to stay on for just a couple of minutes, whilst that young man is told exactly where he is, and defensively and set plays, set pieces, give him all the detail he needs. You can see that he stops the ball, backpedals, and then loses his footing once he sees Rafinha at the corner of his eye.
And only a drink of water is going to help that one.
It's that sort of mistake, Guy, that can very easily cost you a goal in Champions League football in this company. It really can. You've got to be so careful.
Pause for possession being given back to Newcastle.
Pretty tight numbers in terms of pass accuracy of passes and passes completed. Not much in it at all.
Trippier's going to give it a go.
Burung kudanya udah,
Slight smile on his face,
dilambang.
half a thumbs up.
Newcastle-nya, Cok.
He's got 7 minutes and a bit more to last until the interval. Burn.
Sayang sekali guys.
Shout told by many thousand that he had a man on. Down the line from Trippier to Elanga. That's been a useful part of the game for Newcastle.
Sana ada Gerard Martin nih.
Sean Garcia missed it, Joe Cancelo missed it. Crucially, Osula missed it in the middle as well.
Great play. Watch again, Anthony Elanga. Watch he spins. This is a close-up of the cross. Everything right there. Great ball that. It's a brilliant delivery. Immediately taking João Cancelo and getting the better of him as well. A wee bit in that area. It's got to be said.
Trippier to Elanga down that side.
Yes.
It's been a really good traffic route for Newcastle United. Given away by Lewandowski. Ramsey pulls it across. There's nobody in black and white waiting for it. Lamine. Goes back the other way and then tried the more ambitious pass, couldn't get past Hall, he's then just barged into it. Hall holding his face, or certainly the upper part of his chest. The ref seeing that as just a collision.
Is he on a yellow card as well?
He certainly is. He would be missing the second leg if booked tonight.
Which is why all of the Newcastle bench, pretty much to a man, immediately jump to their feet. They know the significance of this foul. I mean, again, it's right on the cusp. I think it is of a yellow card. Could easily have got one for that. It's a blatant
It's full of
body
intent.
check.
Full of intent.
Yeah.
Hall again. Wins the throw.
And again, going back to Sandro Tonali moments ago, for half the contact, less than half the contact, he gets a yellow. He's lucky there, Lamine.
He's been booked 4 times. He's already served a one-match ban. Get your first for 3 bookings, and then it's every other one after that. Awkward one for Ramsey. He's done well with it.
Let's go.
Trippier. Newcastle throw it.
Let's go guys, kita sambil ngomong Barcelona
With a Hall. Hasn't got much wrong tonight.
No, he hasn't, no. A couple of those that have been switched out to him. His first touch has just let him down a bit, but he's He certainly got up close and personal with Lamine. Dealt with him very well so far.
Even more special night for him because
thanks for that.
It was risky to shoot off Martin. He got out of it well. Free kick given against Ramsey, and every decision that goes against Newcastle now is getting a louder and louder reaction.
Again, he's got his arms on his shoulder, to be fair, and he hasn't let go, Jacob Ramsey. That's a foul. It is a foul.
Just mentioning about Lewis Hall, who isn't one of those born and bred, but he's a Newcastle fan. His father, Colin, got that into him at an early age, so when he made the move from Chelsea a few years ago, he'll have been delighted. The Italian officials are not delighting many of the locals. You're not fit to referee, is the chief. Don't know if there is an Italian equivalent. I'm sure there is. Lamine trying to clear Dan Burn. He couldn't clear it away. It's behind for a Barcelona corner.
Again, any of these set plays now with the clock ticking away, half-time, just around the corner, you must make sure now that everyone is closely marked, and that ball enters your area, you go and attack it and get it away. Again, immediately trying to put Aaron Ramsdale under a bit of pressure.
Kvaratskhelia and Bernal are closest to the Newcastle keeper. Rafinha fires it. Zasula, who was back there defending, asking him to put some shift in. He's young enough. Kvaratskhelia.
Cabang Inggris.
Turned to Garcia by Pau Kvaratskhelia. Here's Araujo, who stayed upfield. Nancy Flick was saying about this game that it's two legs. We've talked about the 4-0 defeat at Atletico Madrid in the Copa del Rey semi-final recently, which cost them the tie. And he said we have to be careful, and we will, but there's careful and there's Barcelona careful. As Elanga goes again and gets through, and Ramsey can't take it on. Elanga sprawling out for a penalty. Referee didn't see anything.
He was looking for a 1-2 there, Elanga felt there was contact.
Barnes.
I think they're going to have a look at this now. Of course, I think that's what the referee's saying. Watch Anthony Elanga here. Tell you what, no, he stands on Gerard Martin's foot there. I think
he's already on balance, isn't he? He's already going.
Yeah. They actually did well there not to dangle a leg. I think he instigated that contact on that occasion.
Yeah, the check's over. No surprise with that. Just 1 minute added on to the end of a fast and furious first half. Tonali lifts it in, and he's going to get the chance to do so very quickly again.
I think Barcelona have actually defended the corners up to now, Guy. They've got one more to sort out, this one coming up, but up to now, they've pretty much made first contact with everything that's come into the box.
There's Araujo looking at Dan Burn again. Who's got Malik Chow when he starts his run? Just as dangerous.
It certainly is.
Tonali. He's gone with something a bit deep, but straight up in the air from Garcia, who's been impeded in the ref's view.
Gangguan kepada
Good punch, actually. Plenty of height on it, the goalkeeper.
It's Harvey Barnes with a hold on his left arm.
Yeah.
And that is it. Half-time at James's Park. It has flown by, hasn't it? Newcastle having an early opportunity. Anthony Elanga, who's been flying down the right with a shot that was well kept out by Joan Garcia. Given as offside anyway, but he wasn't when we had a look back at it again. And then Barcelona have pushed. Dan Burn nearly put the ball in his own net. Not too much for Aaron Ramsdale to do in the Newcastle goal. And let's hope it carries on with this intensity and this sort of entertainment. We're just missing the goal at the moment. Newcastle 0, Barcelona 0.
UEFA Champions League official partner.
Make your moment, take your shot.
This match is brought to you by Lay's, UEFA Champions League official partner.
Halo Mbak, tong sampah jangan dibawa ke sini lah.
Ya di sini punya tetangga tukang jus.
Suruh blender gimana ngecilinnya?
Urusanmu ya urus aja sendiri.
Itu nggak lampunya.
Mati semua yo.
Barcelona tuh masih ganti shot mesti ramai gitu. Salah judul. Iya cok anjing. Iya. Oh iya juga ya, goblok. Iya juga ya bang. Tottenham anjing tolol.
Apa?
Tottenham sih. Salah ya, iya juga bro anjing. Ngantuk guys, sorry guys. Pantes bro, goblok. Iya, sorry bang. Ini gimana cara gantinya? Nggak bisa dong ya? Sorry. Ngantuk anjing, sorry bro. Iya juga ya. Aduh, terima kasih Kak Chandra. Lupa cowok anjir mah. Pantas ya, tolong. Edit, kita edit bisa nggak? Bisa diedit coy. Bisa diedit bro. Let's go. Kak Chandra apa ini? Decul kah? Demit kah? Ayo. Kak Chandra apa nih bro? Pendukung demit kah? Decul kah? Wih. Ngantuk guys. Sementara skor masih 0-0 dan half time ya.
Eksekusi dari Araujo. Ya ini Joao Cancelo ya.
Cancelo. Kamu kayak tak mengisar hilang deh. Caranya deh. No decul, no demit apa nih? King kah? King? Jangan-jangan King. King MU kah? Apa ini? Persib urang Persib apa sih? Lupa gue. Persib gitu lah. Aku menang tebak skor guys 3-0 anjing. Persib tadi tapi harus voting dulu guys. Semoga dapat HP nih guys. Anjing HP bro. Semoga dapat HP kita guys. Benar tadi bro, tebak skor anjir 3-0. Setelah melewati hampir banyak banget cok aku tebak skor dari Asia sebelum Asia. Semoga dapat HP kita. Nggak dapat, let's go kita ke forum caper dulu. Apakah kita akan mendapatkan HP guys? Semoga saja ya, bismillah. Semoga dapat HP bro. Persib kurang. Halo guys, selamat datang. Jangan lupa bantu like, comment, share, dan subscribe-nya guys. Let's go. Skor. Pinter. Aduh, nggak bisa Discord ya. Oh iya. Bukan laptopku, lupa cok. Kaman ya. Jauh. Ngapain sih terakhir? Halo guys, selamat datang, selamat bergabung. Tebak skor bro, berapa ini bro? Jauh. Sambil beberes guys, sambil menunggu babak kedua sambil beberes-beres ya.
Makasih lah,
Oh no guys ini Pak. Kenapa? Kenapa sih? Oh shit. Terus. off belum bro?
Newcastle tonight. I know, Andy, that Pep Guardiola, for one, doesn't believe there's such a thing as a good first leg result. It's just what will be, will be.
Yeah. Well, he's seen so many different sides of the coin, Pep, with the teams that he's had and managed in this competition.
Anthony Gordon looks pretty well to me. Having a laugh and a joke, so maybe he will be good for 20-30 minutes, as Eddie Howe was hoping for.
He's had a little bit of difficulty with the home fans, hasn't he, Anthony Gordon? So it'd be interesting the reception he gets as he comes on. Hopefully it's a strong one.
Trippier asking Elanga to chase, tied it up by João Cancelo to find Jean Garcia. It's been some player for Newcastle in the Champions League this season, Gordon, as a foul goes against Ronald Araujo, who, as you can see, can't believe it. I think we can.
Yeah, just got both arms round him. He was a little bit stronger there, to be honest, than Lewis Hall, but because he's got his arms wrapped around his chest and around his waist, as soon as Hall goes down, he's always going to get that free kick.
Newcastle were here on the 18th of September. It was goalless at half-time. Marcus Rashford gave Barcelona the lead in the 13th minute of the second half.
Let's go Barcelona.
Another one followed less than 10 minutes later. Thanks for Ramsdale. Couldn't find a black and white shirt in the Barca box. Trippier gets it back up there. It's a bit of a hash from Bernal. Joelinton. Elanga can't get it properly around the corner. Pedri went over the line with it. Quickly thrown in by Trippier to Elanga. Elanga kept it in and was forced off the field by Bernal. Free kick.
Unnecessary free kick to concede there, Mark Bernal. Look, he's dived in there and he's just shoved Anthony Elanga to the floor, always conceding the free kick, but really didn't need to. No doubt that Anthony Elanga worries them when he gets the ball at his feet and starts travelling with it. He's been a problem for João Cancelo, and I would imagine at half-time the word was get closer to him quicker. Well, Bernal there has done that, but has conceded a free kick in a good area here.
Trippier's taking charge of it. Newcastle skipper's 44th game in the Champions League. That took a deflection. It's come out to Elanga, who felt as though he had to try and hit it first time, but came at a difficult height for him.
Yeah, just keep it alive. Just put it back in the box. Put it up in the air. And let those giant Newcastle defenders attack it.
João Cancelo. Beautifully collected by Lewandowski.
Nice. Pedri, Rapinya.
Nobody further forward than he is. Tamely given away, but Trippier nearly caught out. Newcastle throwing. No surprise in that statistic, although maybe we would have expected it to be more in Barcelona's favour.
Yeah, I think for the fact that they have shaded possession, I would think Hansi Flick would be disappointed what they've offered, what they've served up in the final third. He's up there to kick really once or twice. It's just the ball's been laid into him, and he's, like he did a couple of moments ago, just dropped it off nicely, but he's not had a chance to get the ball out of his feet and try and work Aaron Ramsdale at all yet.
A player who's only been outscored in the Champions League by 2. The two being Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Sula makes Jean Garcia play it away quicker than he wanted to.
Let's go.
Lewandowski. Won by Joelinton. Tonali.
Ih, mampus.
Got his
Salah
ankles
passing
wrong
bro
there,
dari
straight
tukang
between
judi
Burton and
anjir.
He had a little more time perhaps than he was aware of there. Tonali, just a slightly careless ball. That's because it was a straight one knocked at him and he wasn't quite sure if he was closely marked or not. Just rushed that pass a bit.
Tonali, cok, makanya.
Tonali.
Nice banget.
Newcastle's throw. Nothing obvious for Lewis Hall. Osula draws the challenges, doesn't get the whistle in his favour. Pedri.
Masih
He
Pedri.
draws challenges too. And there's
Nah,
Fermi
Pedri kali ini
Lopez.
underperform guys. Gerard Martin. Gerard Martin ini santai aja guys. Gerard Martin masih.
João Cancelo's ball cut out by Tonali.
Dapat cok.
Chow was being held. Hall. Nobody going after that.
Duit bocin nih bos, single doang. Bocin ini.
João Cancelo.
Sini. Bocin gini kayak tigisan Maldini. Aduh awas. Aduh,
It's a risky ball from Mark.
Ya aja.
Joelinton just beaten to
Kurang
it.
bertenaga back pass-nya anjing.
Burn will have to be mistake free here, and he is.
Sabar.
Ramsdale's given that far too much.
He has, yeah. Just blasted that one forward. What we've seen there last 5 minutes, look, a lot of this now, Barca drawing Newcastle onto them. I think they feel the best way they can get Lamine involved is by inviting a press and playing through
udah
it and
sakit
then
itu
finding him.
titiknya anjing. Aduh, kenapa salah lagi anjing.
Down by a poor touch, which allowed Trippier
Kenapa
back.
dribblenya ke
He
situ
left it
lagi
behind
sih?
at one point. Ramsey, Trippier.
Kenapa dribblenya ke tengah lagi? Ke pinggir, cok. Santai di sini dong. Masih buntu. Sabar. Let's go, Lamin press. Apa yang terjadi?
Chow.
Ikuti Lewa. Crossing saja oleh siapa? Trippier atau bukan? Nah, lihat Gerard Martin bro. Agresif banget cok kalau jadi CB ini.
The referee thought about stopping the game, let Newcastle get on with it, but no advantage ever likely to go their way.
Jangan bola lari, cuma kasih bola lari cok kalau
And
Lewandowski
he
udah
gets
tua
there just
cok.
before Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
Santai saja, duduk pelan. Santai ada Gerard Martin sudah cok. Pas tapi cok.
Trying to get the ball down and under control, and it was always bobbling in front of him.
Great run, you know. Like the run
Sudah
from
tidak
Osula.
ada Raditya Dika.
Lovely pass from Lewis Hall, who salutes Aaron Ramsdale for initiating that move. Look at the run across the front of the first centre half and then in behind Kubasi. Great ball, perfectly timed. It just bobbled and didn't sit for him, did it? Just here, it's off his shin a wee bit. Never really got it under control, and now the angle's too tight.
You know, you must have played with strikers similar. I know he's still young and developing, but I always get the feeling that he's never quite in full control of it. It's raw, it's exciting, you don't know what's coming next, and nor does he.
Yeah, very true. Just fighting with the ball a little bit this evening, Will Osula.
It's even in the way he runs.
But, you know, again, just that movement when he drifts across the front of a centre-half, darts in behind the other one, and then he just needs that pass slotted through, and it was perfectly executed there.
And what a goal he scored last midweek in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And that is one of the moments of the St James's Park season, unless they can come up with a winning goal or two against Barcelona tonight to beat it.
Aduh, preset tuh.
Here's Ilanga. Ilanga gets away from Kamasi. What next?
Preset tadi kira
Squared
Maldini
by
kita.
Ilanga, but far too close to goalkeeper Garcia.
He either had to do it earlier. In the end, you know, he could have almost had a shot there. As Juan Garcia has stepped right off his line. If Anthony Ilanga had just maybe made out to cross it and let it and not actually done so, he would have seen a gaping hole at the near post. But it's a great run from him. But again, that final ball, the quality of it, the timing of it, it's got to improve.
Promising signs for Newcastle United. 12 minutes into the second half. Pedri having to scrap to keep it away from Tonali. He can only scrap to a point. He's on a yellow card. That's just a foul, no more than that.
Here's that run again. Drags. It's a really clever bit of play. Now play it now. He has that extra touch, and the door closes. The window of opportunity is no longer there.
Barnes. Osula.
Sikat Bernal. Maldini. Kira.
Martin in front of him. Needs the support of Hall. And Garcia safely fields the effort of Harvey Barnes.
Yeah, comfortable stop, that one. When Barca are able to get back and defend on the edge of their own box, they look better for it. It's when they're up towards the halfway line, that's when you feel at any given moment, one of those Newcastle front three can get in.
Tonali. It's awkward, that one for Ilanga, but João Cancelo's now lost it to Ramsey. Here's Ilanga. How about the delivery this time?
Nice.
João Cancelo with a good recovery.
Nice.
Brilliant bit of work.
Let's go. Fermin.
4v3.
Sekarang balik gak sih bro?
Rafinha left.
Aduh.
Lewandowski and Lamine Yamal were on the other side.
Nice.
There is Lamine. There's Fermin again, and it's all a bit too elaborate from Barca.
Gak dikontrol
That's a
sama
chance,
Kelamin.
missed that.
And away goes Hall. He's gone for the early ball, it evaded. Osula. Ilanga gets there. Who did it come off?
I mean, we've still got 30 plus minutes to go here, guys. This last 15 minutes, you know, are going to be really interesting. There's going to be gaps and opportunities all over the place, honestly. Great run, Lewis Hall. Early ball, Osula wasn't really expecting it or couldn't get there. And João Cancelo just doing enough.
Newcastle United corner.
I don't think Dan Burn's got on anything yet. Whether he's just trying to drag Araujo under the near post so they can go elsewhere with it, but so far Newcastle's biggest threat hasn't really featured.
Trippier having a look, he sees where Burn is. Where's Chow? Where's Joe Linton? He's looking at the pack for Malik Chow, and it was the header from Gerard Martin that solved the problem for Barcelona. Pedri. Dispossessed by Chow, but it's come back off the Newcastle defender for a goal kick.
That's what they're doing, guys. They're actually avoiding Dan Burn and Araujo. And they're going elsewhere, Newcastle. Trippier there pinging that one towards the back post to Malik Thiaw. Actually was well defended by Gerard Martin.
Anthony Gordon has started his preparations to come on. Nick Voltemade too.
Jangan di-press dulu, jangan di-press. Jangan bro. Udah boleh di-press kalau belum maju. Nih, tunggu dulu.
Telling Will Osula you have to leave the box.
Berani banget.
Juan Garcia plays it straight down the middle. There's a race between Burn and Lewandowski.
Nice, HP-nya Fermin masuk. Lamin nggak sih? Kelamin nggak sih?
Look at the room Lamine Yamal has. Needed to arrive at him more quickly.
Anjing, Kelamin kenapa sih tuh? Pegang bola lah.
Slow pass. Lamine again, teaser. Ramsdale struggling.
Kenapa dia?
Onto the roof
Pegang bola ya?
off Burn's head. Thought the keeper was just going to pop up and catch that, and he didn't.
That was awkward for him, actually, wasn't it? Watch it, it goes right up in the air off a down.
Kenapa Kelamin ini match kali ini tidak berani
But in the end, Lewandowski always jumping early, and Aaron Ramsdale just about gets something on that, you know.
Got his glove on it as he was on his way back down.
Dua kali nih sejak guys, like, subscribe
I
guys.
see Jordan Pickford make a similar mistake for Everton in a Merseyside derby once. That's headed down and wide from Araujo. No Newcastle touch.
Hampir aja kita musik cuk.
No one in front of Malik Thiaw there.
Ilanga having another run. Straight up and down that right-hand side. Just invited Pedri to win that one.
Ih, Pedri nak
Pedri.
Kita
Cancelo taken from his toes by Trippier. Don't see many goalless draws that are this open.
No. I still think with the fact that we've still probably got half an hour from now with time that will be added, no doubt, at the end of the game. I'd be amazed if we don't have goals here.
We
Really
were just talking before the match, weren't we? This is Barcelona. You don't see many draws full stop. They've played 27 matches without one. Winning 23 of them, including all of the last 4.
Well, so far, Lamine Yamal and Rafinha haven't really got going. Passes across the field when they've countered have been a bit slow or just behind their teammate when he's placed well, and they've not been able to really make much of it. So I would think if that improves a little bit, there's every chance that Barca will create a really good situation.
With the whole second leg to come, Barcelona have won 11 out of 11 since returning to the Camp Nou. Less than half full from the capacity that it will eventually have, though it may be right now. And 45,000, I believe, at the moment. Here comes Garcia.
And I think for Eddie Howe, it's important that if there are these little flat spots, and we've kind of just hit one for 5 minutes now after a burst from Newcastle, and I think that's exactly what you're seeing there. We're starting to think, what can we do to just keep the tempo in our game? What can we change? She's got some nice options on the bench, there's no doubt about that.
Nothing given against Dan Burn, despite the appeals of Lewandowski.
Kurang efektif ini guys, anjir. Segini mulu sih, ayolah. Permainannya tidak berkembang ini, anjir. Bagus banget tuh. Sampai kapan? Nggak gol-golin cowok orang ini.
Burn. Thinking about going back to Ramsdale. Here's Trippier.
Nice.
Joe Linton, Ramsey too close to him.
Santai itu cowok.
Chow. And now there's a bit of room for Newcastle to get away with Lewis Hall. Barnes. Hall. They start to go in the middle.
Oh,
Waiting
no.
is Ramsey. Popped up awkwardly.
Oh no.
Tonali. Gets it again from Joe Linton, and that's a good block. It's not a deflection, it's a really good block from Pau Cavalli.
Yeah, just the first time there, Sandro Tonali never got the shot away at all. He almost completely mishit it, but it came back to him. Here, look, this one makes a mess of that. Comes straight back to him, and that is a really important block.
Masuk ini guys.
Rafinha pulls it out of the air quite beautifully. There's Lewandowski, it's wide. It's the first chance the great number 9 has had.
It is. It really is.
Apa sih?
And I think we're going to see more of these. Good run from Rafinha. In behind Trippier. Perfect first touch. Lewandowski just waiting for the right delivery. Left foot, right foot. I think it's always one he has to take with his right.
1 meter.
And he just can't steer it on target.
A triple change for Newcastle. Livramento for Trippier will be one of them. Trippier passes on the captain's
sakit
armband to Dan
selangkangannya
Burn on
dia
his way off.
kepleset
Anthony
tadi,
Gordon for Willasula. Well, I think we expected that at some point too, if Gordon was fit enough. And Anthony Elanga, well, it wouldn't be surprised if he can't run anymore quite as effectively as he has.
gitu bro, kata si Trippier.
So all changed down the right-hand side. Jacob Murphy's coming on as well. Don't think Eddie Howe could have asked a great deal more of the players he's taking on.
No, not at all. He wanted a positive start and he got that from his team. But it, as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, the game's just entered a bit of a flat spot for the home team. No better way to try and pep that up than make some changes.
So Gordon will again play through the centre of attack. It was one of the first times we'd seen Newcastle do that when Barcelona were playing them in September.
Anjir sekali.
At the time it was quite a surprise. No surprise to see the card out.
Yeah, that has to be a card, that challenge from Cancelo.
A proper hack from João Cancelo, and he has been booked. Welcome to the game, Jacob Murphy.
Committed to that, didn't he, João Cancelo? He wanted to really go full tilt at the substitute. First touch was a good one, stepped inside and he felt he had to make that challenge. So again, that's good news for Jacob Murphy now.
That might not be good news for Newcastle United. Nor is that Danny Olmo and Marcus Rashford getting ready.
Yeah, plenty of quality. Interesting who comes off for Barca tonight, whether or not Lewandowski's run his race already. Because Lamine and Rafinha haven't been at their best, particularly Lamine. I've not seen him quite as ineffective.
Oh my god, danger bro.
Barnes blocked by Bernal. Given back to Barnes by Lamine Yamal, as if to just underline Andy's point. And Newcastle have the throw-in. Hall puts in the cross and it's over the bar from Murphy. That's a huge opportunity.
Boy, it is a great chance. Brilliant ball from Lewis Hall's played really well tonight, the left back. Perfect that. In Jacob Murphy's development, he's been on the field like a couple of minutes. He's hardly had any real involvement with the ball. And that one there may have come at him just a fraction too soon.
Double Barcelona switch then. Pedri's going off for Danny Olmo. Pedri is only just recently back from hamstring trouble between January and February. I wonder, well, Rafinha's over for a word. I don't know if he's going off or not. Rashford for Rafinha would be one change. No, it's Lewandowski, so presumably Marcus Rashford to play centre forward.
Yeah, I think so.
Lewandowski's had one chance, couldn't take it. Marcus Rashford took two of his the last time he was on this field. Danny Olmo fell and fouled.
Malah aja nggak sih, ini sudah
There's a player who's in and out of Hansi Flick's starting lineup who would probably get into 99.9% of other club teams in the world.
He certainly would. I mean, he's so versatile as well. Danny Olmo can play as one of three up top, can play as a deeper midfield player where he is right now. Can nick you a really important goal here and there.
Barnes. Araujo did his bit. Lamine tries to do his, but is fouled by Joe Linton.
Underperform, baik.
He must be getting close.
Does well there, actually, Lamine. Just protects the ball, keeps it away from Joe Linton.
It's almost as though the referee is in full knowledge of who might miss next week.
Just the one on target for Barca. Had that good chance for Lewandowski that he didn't work the goalkeeper with, but rarely do you see them only have one attempt on target.
And Athletic Bilbao on Saturday, they had over 70% of the ball, but were outshot by their hosts. 10-7, 3 shots on target to 2.
lepas dari tekanan tidak Araujo.
Standard for Barcelona to boss the ball. They haven't been allowed to do that quite as much as they did when they were last playing Newcastle. Time for that number to rise, of course. Now,
Is that Pedri?
now Pedri's off. That's
Di sini alhamdulillah.
a problem for Mark Bernal. Shouldn't be getting cramp at 18, should you?
Wah, anjir,
I don't know what that is, Guy, whether that's cramp or whether he's just felt something a little more than that, general tightness or some sort of discomfort, but
Well, nobody near him, and they're not going to mess about. They're going to make the change. Mark Casado is going to come on for him. Right thigh seemed to lock.
Yeah,
He's just planted that right leg.
was he there at all?
Just as he's been given the job of playing a little bit further upfield with Dani Olmo coming on. In fact, they are. They're not going to give him the chance. Mark Bernal is off and Mark Casado is on. I think he will play deep and Dani Olmo will push a little bit further forward.
He can now have licence maybe up there. I still think Dani Olmo won't be overly aggressive with his forward running.
Nice.
No free kick as Dani Olmo pulled at Jacob Ramsey. Fermin Lopez doesn't get a free kick either. There's Ramsey. Here's Tonali. Now Livramento. Livramento to Gordon. Joelinton is chugging his way into the middle. Hanging back is Murphy. Now it's Harvey Barnes. Barnes! Joelinton! And the flag's up.
Nice.
Yes, I thought, I mean, it's interesting actually who gets flagged for offside there. I wonder whether Anthony Gordon was offside when he was initially played through. This one, no, he's good. He looks like he's good there.
It's got to be Joelinton as the ball comes back on the post.
Well offside, yeah. Finished it well, adjusted and prodded it in the back of the net. Look at them all wagging their finger at the linesman.
That was one of the clearer ones to stop. Joelinton, who started life when he joined Newcastle as a striker, well, the instinct takes over, doesn't it? He's got to put that in. Great work by Barnes. It just looked as though Newcastle were being a little too intricate. I think maybe Jacob Murphy's earlier miss was on his mind.
Yeah.
Playing it to Barnes when the chance was there for him to have a shot.
It was. And it was a fraction again. He was almost too Harvey Barnes, or if not a fraction behind him, which meant he had to take a touch and try and wrap his foot around it.
Still goalless. 15 minutes of the first leg to go, then a whole new hour and a half plus in Barcelona in 8 nights' time. How Newcastle would crave any sort of lead to take with them. Think of how they drew at Paris Saint-Germain and had the better of the game at the end of the league phase. They can get it done away from their home pitch. Still plenty on this time. Still plenty on this night. Here's is Joe Linton.
Nice, let's go.
Can't get through. Stopped by Mark Casado. Byrne was being warned that somebody was coming. Tonali finds Chow. Substitutions have just given Newcastle a bit of a lift.
Yes, they certainly have.
Gordon. Livramento just caught back on his heels, and it's well played against him. In fact, he was right to be caught on his heels to stay onside. Didn't quite manage it.
Yeah, he was offside. I don't think actually Tino Livramento in the end actually wanted that one back, but this is where you really have to concentrate. These games, it's so crucial now what happens. If it's 0-0, so be it for Newcastle.
And in this situation, first leg, Andy, you've played plenty of these ties. Do you at this point start to think there's another game to come?
Yeah, you do. Yes, defenders will now start to think, well, it doesn't look like it's going to be our night in terms of goals. Let's make sure we don't give anything away. Let's make sure we concede absolutely nothing. And then we'll worry about next week when it comes round. But really don't want to go crazy charging forward, trying desperately to find a way through and get done on the counter.
Nice, let's go.
Rashford being lent on and a bit more. Interesting that he hasn't started through the middle. It's Rafinha who went central. Jacob Murphy, Gordon can't get it through towards Livramento. Livramento's got to get back quickly now to help out Chow, maybe. There he is. Malik Chow goes back to Ramsdale in goal. Joe Linton. Hall there with him. Barnes tries to time his run. Garcia's out of his goal. Barnes delays the chance to cross or shoot. Then goes down. The referee tells him to get up. Joe Linton. Hall's coming again. It's a lovely ball, and it's fired behind by Gerard Martin.
Oh, surely Harvey Barnes has got to roll that one across the 6-yard box. Because he's got two players, two teammates waiting for that in the box. Chopping back on his right foot there, just slowed everything down.
Now, the referee's been told just to delay the corner whilst VAR says, was there a push on Harvey Barnes?
He went down actually twice in the space of a few seconds, but check over.
Yeah, that wasn't long, was it? Tonali delivers. Araujo got it away from Byrne. There's Joe Linton. Tonali, a little bit more space for him now. Back in again, but back over the bar. Another corner. Ramsey's effort deflected, wasn't it?
It was indeed, yeah. Lewis Hall did well here. Just knocks this to Joe Linton, who feeds it back out to Tonali. And a slip there allowed Tonali to get in. This ball in the box wasn't one of his finest.
Hall will swing this one in. Garcia's got two hands to it. Livramento is going to have to go safety first. Nobody there for Ramsdale's ball forward. Here's Rashford. You're still thinking about that earlier chance, Andy, when it's the first time anybody's had the chance to square with the goalkeeper all at sea.
Yes. Exactly right. They've got into some good situations, Newcastle, they really have. They just haven't executed that final ball well enough.
That's a lovely ball from Martin. That's not a bad one either, up towards Rashford. Rashford gets too much height and distance on that one. Lamine Yamal runs across to keep the ball moving. Past the 80 mark. For those who haven't clocked, who are already looking forward to the second leg, incidentally, that is next Wednesday night in Barcelona with an earlier kick-off. That one is one of the games that gets underway at, what would it be, 6:45 Central European time. So a couple of hours earlier.
Yeah, all those stats, there's nothing to separate these two teams at all.
Rashford. Araujo. Fermin Lopez.
Sebar sih. Gerak ngambil. Asing. Til,
Cancelo. Now we're seeing the Barcelona passing pattern. Different sort of tempo. We haven't seen it too much at all this evening.
No, and the press from Newcastle is more considered. It's not quite so aggressive.
Kubasi. And skewed straight out of play.
Goblok Barca.
Just beckoning for Harvey Barnes to stay as high as he can. Joel into the man in the middle. And that one's gone to Barcelona. That gentleman doesn't agree. Even got an Italian hand gesture in. Speaking the referee's language.
Pass dari Dani Olmo.
Swept forward to Rashford. Rashford with a run at Malik Chow. Rashford has a go. Blocked in the box by Ramsey. It bobbled around in the box after that. And Newcastle get the decision and the free kick.
Yeah. Newcastle wanted that decision given just a split second earlier. This is where Marcus Rashford is dangerous, when he picks it up on this left side, and you know he's going to step in on the right foot. They do well there, Newcastle. The black and white shirts are making sure that they look to block any shot from Rashford, and then there's that little nudge there. Fermin Lopez again, right in the middle of Dan Burns' back, and that relieves all the pressure.
A bit going on, as you can see, between Burn and Rafinha, but it is all very light-hearted right in front of the referee. Joe Willock's energy is going to be called for before the end. Lamine Yamal. Promising this for Barcelona. It's played out to Rashford. Rashford is wanting Araujo to attack that one. Unable to get there in time.
Till he's made up good ground there, hasn't he, Araujo?
Dia sakit tapi
He didn't give it up either. Very difficult to try and keep that in and knock it back.
Now told to get off the playing surface by the referee because it slid off and tried to come back on and just stay seated and take a bit of time out of the game. He'll only be allowed to go back on when the referee says so. He says so now. It's a long way from where he should be. Livramento. Murphy gets the return, and it's a decent cross, and it's in. That one will count. That one's huge. The cross from Murphy misjudged by Joan Garcia in the Barcelona goal, and Barnes kept his eyes on it all the way.
And you know, Robert Araujo was still trying to get back from being off the field. about 90 seconds before Harvey Barnes knocks that in the back of the net, and they were never quite sure who was picking him up. And he stepped into that space and finishes it beautifully. A little bit of concern what they're looking at, not quite sure. But it's a beautifully flighted ball from Jacob Murphy. And then at the top of the field, look at Harvey Barnes. Keep your eyes focused at the very top of the screen. That's good. And there's ball watching going on up there. There's a lot of ball watching. It's Rafinha who stepped in for Araujo. And he hasn't done the job. He hasn't defended it. Harvey Barnes has just had to make reasonable contact. He's so close. Juan Garcia can only throw himself at it, hits him in the chest and ends up in the back of the net. It's a massive goal in the tie.
The best shinner Harvey Barnes will ever score in his life.
Araujo ngapain bro? Araujo.
Newcastle United 1, Barcelona 0.
Beautiful ball in from Murphy. Really had a lovely flight on it, begging someone to attack it. And they are obviously checking it.
Well, every goal is checked, but right through the process, we couldn't see a whole lot wrong anywhere with that.
No, there wasn't.
Newcastle fans have had to wait. The breakthrough in the 87th minute. Well, you might argue that they've had to wait until 2026, since 1997, and the last time Barcelona were beaten thanks to Tino Asprilla. And he's here watching this tonight. He'll have been up with everybody else in black and white.
Striker kita bermasuk guys.
Barcelona make changes.
Yeah.
Araujo and Fermin Lopez have given way to Xavi Esparza and Ferran Torres, who's got a bit of history against Newcastle in scoring terms from his Manchester City days. Has he got long to score tonight?
Cancelo ngapain sih bebas mulu anjir. Ih, panas banget.
He had a long time to think about that one, Harvey Barnes, didn't he? As that ball was floated beautifully across. He knew he was in acres of space. He knew it was the one chance his team have been begging for all night.
Now, could they push and get another one that really would make a difference in the
Gaya
tie?
banget gak sih kayak ya itu pembawa
Ramo must have
hoki kita.
been injured beyond being able to carry on for them to put 18-year-old Xavi Esparza on for his debut, even if there is only a few minutes to go.
Still walking round now, around behind the goal, behind Aaron Ramsdale. He never recovered from trying to get on the end of that cross guy. And they never recovered really. Rafinha was back in a right back slot and switched off, as forwards often do in those areas.
A slip from Ferran Torres, and he can't.
Striker apa itu guys? Pemain pementakan konsep nasional bro.
That's the man. Here it comes. Wonderful cross. Teases the goalie. It's always swinging away from him. Look at the room he's got. And he makes good enough contact. It's not the best, but it's good enough. It's on target. And it goes into the back of the net, and cue the delight on the terraces.
He scored the opening goal of the weekend in more stylish fashion against Manchester City, but it wasn't enough to get Newcastle the win against Pep Guardiola's team. That goal tonight might just have got the win against Pep Guardiola's real team. Now Barnes is going off. Joe Willock is going to come on. I think that change was about to be made anyway.
Might well have done, you're right. Great moment for Harvey Barnes. Worked hard first half. I mentioned about end product for these white boys nowadays. It's not just about tracking your runners or crossing a few balls. You've got to get amongst the goals. And he's doing that.
14 goals this season, and 6 of those have come at Europe's top table in the Champions League. 3.5 minutes to go. Newcastle pushing for another with Burn up there, and Gordon allowed to turn. Just got a little bit stuck. Burn still fighting.
Nice.
Willock, Ramsey. Newcastle know the importance of getting another if they can. That was Livramento, who just seemed to listen to the crowd. Okay then.
Didn't he? Yeah.
Gordon tugged at. Rashford's foul, Newcastle free kick.
Well, we know Newcastle are going to push. Kieran Trippier is just trying to tell everyone there's a couple of minutes, guys. We don't need to go mad flying forward.
There's a future head coach of somebody. You can just see it.
Yeah. Barca got to make sure here they don't concede again. They really have to, because they'll still feel very confident, I think, back at the Camp Nou, to try and overcome just the one behind. But if that becomes two because they lose concentration here, then it is a completely different job.
Tonali with a very deliberate, steady build. Knocked down, Rashford will get rid of it.
Ya. Kenapa nih, guys? Ya. Ya, tiba-tiba ngelek aja. Ngelek bro, punya aku anjir. Kayak gini macam dia bunuh nih. Main aja.
Gordon waiting in the middle. Willett keeps on going.
Cantik nih.
Couldn't win the corner.
Winglet.
Couldn't draw foul. Murphy.
Pain sih Laminnya man. Bodoh.
Hit the back of Rafinha. Byrne gets it away. Joelinton wins it back heroically, but Lamine Yamal takes over now. Willett holds him back and takes the booking for his team.
Set. Kuning. Nice, let's go.
Yeah, we've seen so little of Lamine Yamal this evening. I think Lewis Hall's played him as well as I've seen any fullback play against him. Joe Willett there just didn't want to let him get away. Grabbed him, hauls him down.
Kenapa? Menurut kalian kenapa?
There's the goal again from a different angle. Goalkeeper guessed right, made himself as big as he could, but couldn't get his hands on it.
Gol, bro.
Look what it means to Newcastle. Headed away, it hasn't gone far. Danny almost slips though, and Tonali is on the ball and finding Gordon with it next. And Tonali won't even bother chasing that. Seconds to go.
Yep, Anthony Gordon there. Might have been better served just knocking that very wide into a real wide area.
Jean Cancelo gets away from Murphy and Tonali and Gordon. And time is not on Barcelona's side. Somebody's going to have to try something. It's Dani Olmo, and Dani Olmo goes down, and the ref gives a penalty to Barcelona. Drama in the last seconds.
Bro, penalti bro, tinggal di peluit anjing.
Seconds after the 4 minutes.
Let's go.
St James's Park started into near
Dapat
silence.
keberuntungan Barcelona kan, bawa
Just
hoki
said when
betul
Anthony
itu
Gordon had the
striker
ball
anjir.
on the centre circle, he tried
Udah
to
aku bilang
find
guys, hokinya
Tonali.
tinggi Vermeer.
Go wide, go into an area. Oh, it's a pen, yeah. It's a pen. Great work, great footwork from
Ferreira
Dani
itu membawa
Olmo.
hoki,
Shifts his
walaupun nggak
body.
pakai
Malik
megang
Thiaw
bola,
clatters his shin.
bawa hoki
He
guys.
knows straight away. He's all over. His defenders lost his.
Let's go, nice penalti.
And it's a definite penalty.
Penalti
A
for
little
real.
shift in balance from Dani Olmo is what did it for Barcelona.
Under kan, sudah benar nih, benar Tonali cok, under 3 nih.
That's never going to be overturned, and Harvey Barnes can barely bring himself to look now. This, in all likelihood, will be the last kick of the game. Lamine Yamal, who didn't miss his last
Lamine
penalty, was indeed
Yamal,
defeated
sekarang nggak sih
Girona
musiknya
on the
guys.
16th of February. He's put away the other 3 he's taken this season. Huge pressure on 18-year-old shoulders.
Let's go.
He's been up to everything in his playing career so far. And Lamine Yamal is up to this moment as well. Barcelona level the tie right at the end of the first leg. Is they who will feel they have full advantage before the second leg on their pitch in 8 nights' time. Newcastle were on the cusp of another
Anjay, Lamine Yamal.
not as emphatic as 1997.
Let's go, Brody.
Perhaps not as dramatic as 1997. Until the end, when Yamal rescued it.
Oh, what a night. What a game. He never really got going tonight, Lamine Yamal, but when the real pressure moment
Kasihan
arrived,
botak
he
Delu
was there, he
ya.
stepped up.
Akhirnya gol juga kan botak. Kasihan Delu botak.
Agonising for him and the Newcastle boys, particularly Harvey Barnes, who looked like he'd got the winning goal of
Nice,
the
gak
night.
apa-apa.
I think Eddie Howe having
Satu
words.
sama
Why
is
the extra
okay,
time being
guys. Let's
played?
go.
That's the question that we're firing at the officials right now. Of course, it's a minimum of plus 4 minutes.
Cengar-cengir main lu jelek
So it can always
kocak.
drift slightly over that. But that's heartbreak for Newcastle, and it's massive in the tie. It really is. It hands all the initiative to Lamine Yamal and his teammates.
Well, Newcastle did manage to get a draw at Paris Saint-Germain at the very end of the league phase. If they'd won, they would have finished in the top 8 and not
Yang
had to
penting
face
nanti di kandang
Karabakh in the
sendiri
knockout
masih
playoff round. But that's all in the past.
kosong-kosong.
They've got to go
Aman
to
saja,
Barcelona
guys.
and believe. Barcelona at home do more than believe.
Walaupun
They
agak-agak
usually
ini ya.
just win. What a tie it
Main lu
could be.
jelek ya mal
Next
kotak.
Wednesday night
It's
in
okay.
Catalonia.
1 gol
Tonight's
pada
been pretty good
pagi
too.
ini. It's
Newcastle
good. Terima
United
kasih
won.
guys yang telah menonton
Barcelona
dan
won.
mereplay ya. Terima kasih. Terima kasih buat Anda Putra ya sudah
This match was brought to you by Follow
mengilingkan,
Scores.
mengilingkan
You
apa,
wait
guys? Memperingatkan kita. Terima kasih ya guys. Jangan lupa